Are you one of those folks like me that has a lot of stuff at home that you wish you could compress? A lot of pictures and videos and DVDs and reel-to-reels and everything you've ever done, maybe old family heirlooms of photographs and videos and everything that you just can't look at anymore. First, you don't have the equipment or you just don't have the time to compile it all together. Our next guest, he feels your pain to the point he started a business built just for you and this guy too. To help us to be able to look at all those memories that we've made in ways that we've never seen them before, but ways that will help them last forever so we can continue to pass those on to others. This is Bill Mayrath, Mayrath Video Solutions. Bill, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you here with us today.
Glad to be here.
So I love your business. I love what you do. We're going to get to some of your toys here on the table here in a minute. But let's back up just a little bit. What's your background? How long have you been doing this with Mayrath Video?
As a hobby since about 1988, 89, when the VHS and the betas all came out.
Sure.
I didn't buy one. I bought 2 VHS, and I ended up recording like cowboy games and putting music to them and editing stuff. And then
just for fun.
Yeah. Wow. And then I just kind of forced into this back in 2010.
2010. So you've been doing it for almost 10 years now as a business.
Yep.
Did you find, and we have a lot of entrepreneurs that sit there in that chair because that's kind of what we're based on, small business. Did you find taking a hobby and converting it to a business, was there a lot of the business stuff that you hadn't planned on that kind of hit you?
Well, I kind of sort of. I came from the printing business.
Okay.
And I ran 3 different printing companies.
Oh, so you'd had a business before.
So it all came in.
Okay.
Well, no, I actually worked for somebody else, but I was in charge of it. And so I actually, kind of knew how the finances go and basically learned to stay away from getting financed and just try to do it yourself. That's kind of why we're home based. And,
that's a big plus. And when you say we, you're talking about Mary.
Yeah, my wife, Mary, she does all the still. I do all the audio and videos.
Okay, so let's get into it just a little bit. So people can bring you their memories for that's what it is. It's memories. I mean, look at all the stuff here. We've got
memories.
Memories. We've got VHS tapes. We've got a cassette tape over here. We've got, I don't even remember these. What the heck is this?
Mini DV.
Oh, a mini one. Okay. You've got DVDs. You've got slides. We had one of the girls here in the studio had no idea what that was. But that's the exact person that needs to know. And now you can get all this and put it on that.
Put it on this. You can have 2 or 3 boxes full of these, the size of this table, and it all comes down.
And how long is that going to last?
Well, actually,
we don't know yet.
We don't know, but I do tell people that when you get it, go download it on 2 or 3 computers because we know the computer will crash. Go put this in a safety deposit box.
Yeah.
Better yet, if you have a cloud, just upload it to the cloud.
Going up.
And so that way, I kind of go back to the floods and everything else that we've had down in Houston. If people had it in the cloud, they don't have to worry about their video. They don't have to worry about their memories at all.
Isn't that something?
It's up in the cloud.
My wife and I have actually talked before, if the house should ever catch on fire, what are we going to grab? Well, we're getting the dogs, obviously, and each other. Obviously, they are dogs. That's another story. We'll grab our dogs. We'll grab each other, but we're grabbing the photo albums. But if we did that, we don't have to grab the photo albums.
You don't have to. You can either grab that or, like as I said, if it's up in the cloud, you're doing great.
Well, and the thing that you've done, because you started this as a hobby, the technology, it's changing constantly, but you stay on top of that, don't you?
Basically, yes. Again, when I first started, I really started, my brother brought me all my dad's reels. He had 24 hours of reels, and I've just kind of in fact, I'm still going through them again.
Wow.
Doing them again. I've started doing them again, but I've probably done them 4 or 5 times and just gave them his family and everything else. And again, like I said, in 2010, it's like it just kind of forced on me, and it's like, well, we like doing this.
Well, you're not just like doing it; you've always loved doing it as a hobby.
Yeah.
But you're pretty darn good doing it as a business, and the fact that you're coming up on 10 years. That's a magic number for small businesses. Don't know if you knew that or not.
I wasn't aware of that.
Most of them don't hit that number. Okay, you're there.
Yep.
And so it's because you're doing it right, and being able to do it with your wife as well, that's got to be kind of cool. And doing it all in-house. I was also intrigued with the whole in-house thing. You truly do everything. You're not farming anything out to a third party. You are the shop.
If I have to farm anything out, which might be the reels, the old film reels, I can't do those. I don't do those. I prefer not to do those.
Okay.
So I do farm those out, but I always tell the customer I farm them out. Everything else we do in-house.
So who are your customers? I mean, what typical?
Usually A lot of our business is actually people that have their videos on, their marriage. And so that's, women with anniversaries coming up. Usually between 45 to 70 is our age range.
Okay.
And that's, again, as you well know, you remember the VHS.
I remember all that stuff.
And anybody under 25, it's like, what is that?
Well, even now, though, now everybody's a professional photographer because they have a smartphone. All right, but all those pictures that pile up on the smartphone, you got to do something with those.
Yep.
Well, how can you help with that?
I tell people that they can download it themselves on their computer.
Right.
But a lot of them want to
organize it.
A lot of them want to do like a video slideshow of
Yeah.
them, and so we can do that and put music background to it and do the slideshow.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit because
Okay.
I'm a little bit familiar with that. My parents had their 60-year wedding anniversary. That's pretty cool. 60, that doesn't happen. And so we did that. I wish I'd known you at the time because, like so many people out there, we can do that.
Right.
We couldn't do it. I mean, we fought through it. But to have someone like you to be able to do that, but even businesses could use your services, not just the family stuff. What type of business-related stuff can you put together?
We've done video slideshows for businesses, as backdrops for their actual business meetings. Just kind of the crowd, the employees, just as a good-natured type thing. We can also go in and we can organize. I've had a couple customers that are professional speakers that I actually went in and organized all their videos, all their radio shows, put them all in a yearly chronological order. That way they just go back and I want this video, I want this radio show from 1987 in November, whatever the show was.
But you can take everything, not just the video, but the stills. And meld them all together with background music and the whole bit. And it's a great presentation. Yeah. And I could see your services being used for trade shows. So many people have trade shows and they have a monitor sitting there in their booth. They have your beautiful work sitting there showing off my products, goods, and services. Have you done any trade show type
I haven't
stuff?
done any trade shows.
New market for you. Yep. Remember where you got it.
I will remember that. Now that you mentioned that is whenever we do our booths that we set up at conventions, we have that actual thing set up with the, never thought about doing it.
Let me let you in on a secret, Bill. There's a lot of trade shows out there.
I know there are.
There's a lot of businesses that want to show off their stuff. They don't have a clue. Actually, they don't want to mess with it, but you know what? They got money to pay a professional to do it for them. So think about that.
I appreciate the info.
Talking with Bill Mayrath today. He's got a fascinating business. You're up in Coppell, right?
Correct.
Most of your business around there, or do you reach out to others as well?
Basically, Plano, Frisco, Coppell, Colleyville, Grapevine.
Do you see yourself expanding, like maybe taking somebody in and teaching them the business and going
If I do, it will be my kids.
Yeah.
It'll.
Are they showing an interest?
I've got one that might show an interest in it.
One that might show an interest.
That might show an interest in it.
Well, I just think it's fascinating, but we will love it when we have people come in here that were really into a hobby to the point they enjoyed it, and people say, man, this could be a business, or maybe circumstances change. That I like doing this. I'm going to try, and a lot of them have tried, but they don't make it to 10 years. So you're to be commended for that.
Yeah, thank you.
And you're obviously doing it well. And have you had opportunities to where people have brought in stuff, and like the reel-to-reels you're talking about, is that just scary that you might mess it up?
No.
Good.
I've been doing it so long.
That's the answer we wanted to hear.
Pretty much you can't mess it up.
Yeah.
And if by some chance I do mess it up, I know how to fix it.
Well, and not only that, too, once you get it to where it's condensed down, it's on the thumb drive, it's in the cloud or whatever, you can make copies. What a great holiday gifts for people. Give this out to the whole family. One for you, one for you, one for you.
And one of the other things that we do offer is after we do it, we keep everything on file for year and a half, whatever.
You must have quite the computer system at your place.
Pretty much. I've got 7 computers.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, and then I've got, a few clouds and personal clouds. And
well, I thought of another one, insurance. Everybody, you need to have shots of all your stuff for insurance. So you get all that, get it to you, you put it all together. I put in a safe deposit box, I've got it.
Well, one thing, if you don't mind me saying, is since the holidays are coming up and everybody, as you mentioned, will have their cell phones out and videoing, do yourself a favor, and when you press record, let it go for 1 or 2 seconds and then start talking. And same thing when you end,
leave yourself from
let it run for 2 or 3 seconds.
All right, folks, that's Bill Mayrath. There's a little tip from the pro there. Mayrath Video Solutions here on All In. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you coming in.